It's an emotional weekend for football lovers, as you did say. Kevin De Bruyne, on the other hand, when you go to the Bundesliga, the man, 25 years with a club, you know they have given their all to this club. We know these days will come. Football lovers, football fans knows that they can't play forever. One day, the likes of Ronaldo, Messi will retire, but we are not really ready to face it that, oh, these are players we'll never see on our screens again. Memories of them in their prime is really emotional for me. Kevin De Bruyne is one of my favorite players in the world because of how quality of a player he is. It's so sad that I'm yet to watch him play live in the Premier League. I did see him at the Qatar World Cup with Belgium, but they were having a stinker at the World Cup. And Kevin De Bruyne, one of the greatest, one of the best playmakers you will see in the Premier League. 827 chances created in the Premier League. The level at which he creates those chances, Haaland can testify, Aguero can testify, even Gabriel Jesus at some point can testify. He's a nightmare to goalkeepers. Mendy, for one, hates seeing Kevin De Bruyne coming. That's how good he is. Like, look at the game where he won the player of the match in the Champions League when City won the treble. We have Toni Kroos in that game, Modric, Valverde, but Kevin De Bruyne was the star player of that game. In a game where you have Haaland, Man City, who would have thought Man City would win the Champions League that time? So he's a quality player. Last season, he struggled with injuries, didn't play a lot of games. So we expected him that, okay, City will be looking for a replacement. I don't think City will ever replace him. They are struggling to replace Rodri. Kovacic is not doing the job when Kevin De Bruyne is not available. You're bringing Omar Mamouche. He's a quality player, but that void is too big to replace. I know Haaland, wherever he's sitting, he would have called Kevin De Bruyne, please, can we not still not manage you? Let's manage you to the end of the season. Help my season. Because the first season of Haaland, it was because of Kevin De Bruyne. How fast they understood each other helped City in the Premier League, as well in other cup competitions. And he flourished without struggling. That was why he was breaking records, scoring over 40 goals in the Premier League season for Erling Haaland. So he has given his all. As you did say earlier on, Chelsea he was rejected. If you go through his career and what he has done, he was rejected. He had no friends. He was this player that is shy, just on his own. But his best career as a footballer came from City, and it's going to be so sad not to see him playing at that top level. A lot of people are anticipating that, oh, he'll go to the MLS or the Saudi League, but KDB. And you know when the commentators say, and that goes Kevin De Bruyne. Come on, that rush of blood, but he's a great player. He is. I feel that if you look at the message Kevin put out there, it's more of the player living on a high. Like he stayed 10 years.
That's another thing.
Yes, he stayed 10 years. He's giving his best. He doesn't want to feel like the club will have to keep him out of what he has done for the club. That is it. And secondly, yes, a lot of people will say Pep goes for established player. Kevin De Bruyne was not an established player in the Premier League. He struggled at Chelsea. He went away, then came back to City.
Well, same he was not Mo Salah, if that's really the case.
Yes, the same thing of Mo Salah.
So he's not the first to understand. So
Kevin De Bruyne is like a son, and if you listen to what Pep said, it hurt him so bad that he couldn't keep him. And I think it's more of Kevin De Bruyne and his family taking that decision that it's high time they leave when the competition is still high, not like...
For so many reasons, right? I think, like you rightly said, I think he's the highest earner in Man City. Yeah. So imagine him becoming not the highest earner again.
Yes.
Kevin De Bruyne has been injury prone in the last 3 to 4 years. Would you say he's looking at the possibility of just enjoying football like Messi is doing or the likes?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. As you rightfully said, in the last 2 seasons, consistently, the first half of the season, Kevin De Bruyne is not available for Man City. He's out injured. The second half, he comes, he hit the ground rolling. He gives you double figures in terms of assists. He scored double figure goals. City are back. They are in the title race. But again, it's more of the player willing that I've won everything. It's better I leave on the high than sitting on the bench, coming off. This season alone, he has been injured at the beginning of the season. He got injured last year, late November. This year again, he was injured. April, I think so. He got injured. So he's exhausted. Like, he has given his all. There was no need to compete like that. And City are not just like any mid-table team. They are a team that will keep competing for the top guns. The Premier League, the Champions League, the treble. This is a team that are going to be very physical. It's more of the player. That's why I say that he wants to go and relax. And looking at possibly playing in a league that is not as physical as the Premier League. So he might go to the Saudi League, or he'll go to the MLS. But for me, he's that player. The Premier League is just, again, this is why I have issues. If he was an English player, if Kevin De Bruyne was an English player, we've seen the hype around Frank Lampard. I'm not saying Frank Lampard is not one of the best midfielders or gigs. They are there. They've played more games than Kevin De Bruyne. But what Kevin De Bruyne has done in the Premier League, no English player in the last 15 years will come give up that number. The numbers Kevin has put, the closest is Christian Eriksen, that was with Tottenham Hotspur, with 533 chances created. When you talk about playmakers, and I feel he should get more PR than what I'm seeing right now. I love his Champions League banter. One thing about Thomas you can't take away from him is the fact that he has this presence when it comes to big games. Like, he talks tough, and on the pitch he actually replicates what he says, and it's good for him. There are two kind of players you get: players that are late bloomers, and you have players that have their career at the early age, and when they get to 30 they are done. And I'm happy to see Thomas Muller, Lewandowski as well playing at that level of football in a competitive league. A lot of people don't talk about Lewandowski, especially Barca fans. They say, oh, he's past his prime. But my guy is scoring 20-something plus goals in 36 years. Not playing in the MLS or not playing in the Saudi League. You are playing in the Spanish La Liga, where you have young players in their 18 outrunning you. My guy, it's really good to see players like that, and I think the fans will appreciate what Thomas has done and for the league. And that is why the likes of Ronaldo and Messi are playing at this level, because they have been lucky with injuries, notwithstanding that they are one of the players that are the most tackled in football history. But it's good.